This is the second episode in my Style Me series, and today we're going to talk about rock. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emma, and you can think of me as your own personal stylist. I'm here to help you discover your own personal style and create a wardrobe that works for you. If you love fashion or you want to improve your style, then don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when I post my latest video. So I'm probably the least edgy person that I know, but this video was highly requested, so make sure that if there is a style that you want to see, that you leave it down in the comments below. So let's jump right into the video. So the evolution of the rock style came with the evolution of rock music, so they really go hand in hand. And it's all about being carefree and rebellious. So the rock category can really be broken down into a lot of different subcategories, whether that's glam rock or punk or grunge. And I don't want to get into too much detail because there's so many subcategories. This would be a really long video if I went into every detail. So today I want to keep it really simple and just focus on some general elements that will help you incorporate this style into your wardrobe. So let's talk about what to look for. Number one is moto jackets. A moto jacket is a really classic rock piece that you can add into your wardrobe. It's also really easy if you want to just start to incorporate and edge style into your wardrobe. Doing something like a jacket is really easy because it's sort of one piece that you can incorporate without having to change your whole wardrobe. You can add it over top of just t-shirt and jeans, and it's going to automatically make your looks look a little bit more edgy. Number two is prints and graphics. Things like band tees, plaids, camo, animal print, those types are going to be really great for this rock style. Number three is leather, which can be incorporated into things like jackets and pants, and even things like dresses and skirts. Number four is embellishments. This is going to be more of that hardware like zippers and studs that's going to help give that rock look. And number five is distressing. So there are obviously more elements to the rock style than just these, but I think these are really easy to incorporate into your wardrobe, and when I'm styling someone, this is definitely things that I look for. So let's jump into some examples. So the four brands that I'm going to be comparing are ASOS, Express, Torrid, and Chicos. Now I just want to clarify that when I show you these examples, these aren't the only places that you can find these styles. I'm just using them to just show a variety of stores and brands and to show you that you can just use these tips to shop anywhere that you like, whether you're shopping secondhand or whatever stores that you like. And if there are any particular brands that you would love to see, just let me know down in the comments below. I would love to take a look at them and incorporate them into one of these videos. So let's take a look at ASOS first. So the first thing I've pulled up is leather jackets, and there are several leather jackets from ASOS. You can do anything from something that's really classic, something like this. This is just your staple leather jacket that you're gonna see a lot of places. If you want to go for something that's a little bit more boho or something that's really kind of biker chic, you can add something that has fringe. Or another option is to do a moto jacket in something like a suede instead of a leather. So what this is going to do is soften it up so it's not so hard and edgy, and you can also do it in a different color. So if you wanted to do a blush or a light gray, or you could even do a bright yellow, just to add a little bit of color so it's not so hard, but it's still gonna give you that edgy look. So going over to Express, they had one moto jacket option, pretty standard black moto leather jacket. Express has a lot of dressier pieces, a lot of business, professional business casual styles, which I will get into more detail later in this video to kind of show you how you can incorporate an edgier style into your work wardrobe if that's something that you want to do. So looking at Torrid, Torrid is really great if you want to find some trendy pieces in plus sizes, and they also had just a pretty standard moto jacket. This is something that you're going to find a lot of places. It's just a standard black moto leather jacket. This is something that pretty much everyone can wear if you like that style, and you're going to be able to find a black leather moto jacket probably just about anywhere. So let's move over to Chicos, which is where I kind of changed things up a little bit. So they didn't have a standard leather moto style jacket. Chicos is a little bit more mature in terms of style, and Chicos definitely has dressier, more classic style pieces, but you can absolutely still find ways to incorporate some edgier styles. So a few things that I was looking at is they have this faux leather blazer. So this is really great if you don't want something that's super hard and edgy like a moto style jacket. You want something that's a little bit more classic like a blazer, but by doing it in a leather, you're going to automatically give it that kind of edgy look. You can also take the moto style jacket and just switch up the material. And so they have this herringbone denim moto jacket. So this is going to be great for a little bit more of a casual option. You're still getting the details of a moto jacket with the zipper detail, but it's going to be a little bit more classic rather than something that's super edgy, but you're still getting those details. Another great option that I found was this moto tweed trim detail jacket. This is a perfect example of how to mix two styles, where again, you're still getting that moto jacket detail with the collar and the zipper detail, but you're doing it in a tweed, which is really quite classic, a little bit preppy. So this is a great way to show how you can incorporate a little bit of an edgier style if you're someone who's just more classic. All right, so let's talk about prints and graphics. So starting with ASOS, I pulled up this satin midi skirt in a leopard print, and animal print is huge this season. It's really easy to find. So what's great about this is you can take something that is a little bit more glam. A midi skirt is a little bit more feminine, and so you can take this and add it into an animal print, which is going to give it that little bit of edge. Another really easy way to incorporate some animal print is with accessories. So I found these really cool snakeskin Western boots, and again, an accessory is something that's a really easy buy. You throw it on with pieces that you already have, like a pair of jeans and a graphic tee, and it's gonna give you this kind of fun, edgy look. Another print that I talked about is camo. Basically anything in that kind of military style you can really incorporate to give a rock edgy look. And so this was a fun little set, which is a camo mini skirt with a camo denim jacket to pair with it. You can pair something like this with some sneakers just to make it a little bit more preppy and casual, or if you really want to go for that edgy rock look, just throw it on with some combat boots or some Doc Martens. And then I pulled up this vintage inspired graphic tee. Graphic tees, and especially band tees, are going to be something that's really easy to incorporate into your wardrobe. What's also great about tees like this is they're really easy to shop secondhand as well. So moving over to Express, I mentioned a little bit ago that they have a lot of dressier options. They have stuff that's really great for work. And so I kind of wanted to show you a few pieces that you could incorporate into a more business professional or business casual type wardrobe. So if you're someone who wears jeans and blazers or trousers and blazers, a really easy way to just add a little edge to your work looks is to do something like a print. So Express has this leopard print boyfriend blazer. Doing something like that is really simple. They also have this snakeskin pencil skirt. So just taking things that you normally wear like trousers, pencil skirts, blazers, and just adding a animal print is going to just give it that little bit of edge. If you want to do something a little less bold, you can just take a blouse, or in this case, I pulled up this snakeskin printed cami. This is something you can really easily throw underneath a blazer, and it's just going to be that little bit of something instead of it being a whole blazer or a whole skirt. So moving over to Torrid, they had this Bob Marley black tie front off the shoulder tee. Again, this is going back to those band tees, and doing something like an off the shoulder is also going to give that kind of rock and roll vibe. They also had this really cool camo button front drawstring anorak jacket. Again, this goes back to that military style, doing that kind of camo print. A jacket is a really great piece if you just want to add in sort of one item. So just by adding in this jacket, you're going to give your outfits just a little bit more edge if it's something that you're just sort of experimenting with. So that's something that's really easy. Or you can throw in a bunch of the other elements like a really distressed pair of jeans or a Doc Marten, and that's going to give you a really edgy look. So jacket is always great. So I also pulled up this leopard pullover tank, and doing something like this is really great because it's an easy dress up, dress down piece. So if you're someone who works, you can put it underneath a blazer or throw it on with some jeans and a moto jacket, and you have a fun date night look. So moving over to Chicos. Chicos is a little trickier when it comes to finding some animal print, but they do have some pieces. And I found this cheetah print girlfriend ankle jean. And so doing a printed pair of jeans is something that is really easy to add into your wardrobe. It's also a really fun statement piece. And this is something that you can pair with just any number of basics that you already have in your wardrobe. And then they also had this animal print moto jacket, which is combining two of the things in one. So you have a moto jacket and you have animal print. And what I love about this is it's a little bit more classic in how the jacket is structured. But again, you're still getting those fun details. You can really easily dress this up to just change up your work looks if you're sort of getting bored with the stuff that you're just wearing to work, or you can pair this with jeans and dress it down on the weekend. So something like this is gonna help just give your outfits a little bit more style, but it's still really versatile. All right, so let's talk about leather. Now, a really obvious thing that we already talked about is a leather jacket, but there's other ways that you can incorporate leather into your wardrobe. So looking at ASOS, I pulled up these Doc Martens, which is a huge trend right now in this sort of rock style. This falls a little more under that punk grunge style. So if you want to do something that's a little more rock glam, obviously go for just another pair of leather boots that has more of a glam look. But doing a leather boot is going to be, again, something that's a great staple for your wardrobe, number one, but will also add a little bit of edge to your looks. So I also pulled up this leather mini skirt as well as this leather mini dress. So what's great about these pieces is you can style them really in whichever direction you want to go. So you can throw them on with some combat boots or some Doc Martens and give it a little bit of that grunge look. You can throw on some fishnets if you really want to go for a punk look, or go the other way and throw it on with some heels for more of a glam look. Another thing you can look for is a faux leather legging, which you can really kind of dress up or down. Another thing that I love to do is make it more of an athleisure style. So taking a faux leather legging and just doing it with some tennis shoes and like a workout top or a sweatshirt. And you can go for more of an athleisure look, but the leather is going to give it more of that rock vibe. Or you can really easily dress it up with some fun boots, a sheer top, and go for a really edgy look. Moving over to Express, I pulled these mid-rise vegan leather side stripe skinny pants. And this is another really easy way to just add a little bit of a rock element to clothes that you have to wear to work. So it's just a little bit of a stripe of leather on the side, but you're really vamping up just your typical black trousers for work. Express also had a leather skirt. This one is obviously a little bit more classic than the one from ASOS, a little bit dressier, so you can easily dress it up or down, but still giving a little bit of edge, but with a little bit more of a feminine classic look to it. And finally, I pulled this leather blazer, again, taking something that's typical for work and just giving it a little bit of a twist. Doing something like this with a pair of jeans and a graphic tee would also look really cool if you're doing a more casual look. So Torrid also had some leather pieces. They had these faux leather leggings, again, kind of talked about dressing it up or going for a more athleisure look. You can really go either way. It would also look really cool with some Converse, a graphic tee, and a denim jacket for that kind of cool casual look. And they also had these leather bike shorts, which are really trendy right now. If you're into the whole bike short trend, you can do graphic tee and some sneakers. You can also do that trend where you pair it with a blazer and do the bike short and blazer trend would also look really cool. But just adding that little bit of leather into something like that. And going over to Chicos, other than the few leather jackets, there wasn't a ton of leather at Chicos, but they did have these faux suede slim pants, which just have that little bit of sheen to them, which is going to be similar to a faux leather. And I think this is a really easy way that you can vamp up a pair of pants. You could easily wear these to work or dress them down, but it's just a slight way of kind of adding that faux leather look without actually having a faux leather pant. So the next thing that we're looking for are pieces with embellishments. And when I say embellishments, I really mean things that are sort of that hardware look, things like buckles and zippers and studs, pockets and cutouts, things that are going to give that sort of rough and edgy look. So looking at ASOS, I found these studded ankle boots. So you can see that they have that buckle detail and they have those studs on there, which just gives it that kind of biker rocker look. And then I also pulled this ribbed zip dress. So it's a really simple black dress, but it has that zipper detail that is right on the front there that just gives it that little something extra. And also with pants, if you can find anything with zipper details on the top, or you could find something with that moto detail on the knees or on the leg, anything like that's going to give you that sort of rocker look. So moving over to Express, I pulled up this high-waisted belted skater mini skirt. Again, just that kind of hardware zipper detail that they added on the side. It's a really simple black skirt, but just adding that zipper detail gives it that little something extra. This is something that you could go a lot of different ways. If you paired this with something like a sheer top and some combat boots, it's going to give you a little bit more of that sort of punk grunge look. Or you could easily dress this up with some heels and like a leopard print top, and that's just going to give you a little bit more of a glam look. So you can really take this either way. Similar to ASOS, they also had a pair of pants. It's just a high-waisted black denim, and it has this really cool kind of zipper detail on the outside, and then just some fun details on the pants themselves. And really similar, I found this off-the-shoulder zip front balloon sleeve top. So you get that off-the-shoulder detail and then a little bit of that hardware on the shirt as well. So moving over to Torrid, I found this lattice swing cami. So doing something that has cutout details or something that's off the shoulder is going to take something that is a really simple basic and just give it a little bit more of an edge. So it just sort of elevates something like a simple dress or a simple t-shirt. This will also be another great layering piece to go underneath jackets. I also pulled up this really fun mesh duster kimono. Doing something sheer over top of a tank that has like a fun cutout detail or a bralette is going to give you kind of a really fun edgy look as well. And then looking at Chicos. In terms of pieces with a lot of hardware, studs, zippers, Chicos really doesn't have a ton of that, but what I did find was this utility ankle pant, which again, going back to that military style, that's gonna give you a little bit of a sort of rock edgy look. And so with these, you get that big pocket detail on the side. And so doing something like this is gonna be a great option if you wanna elevate your casual looks. You can do this with just some sandals and a lightweight tee and maybe a denim jacket for just kind of a more casual look, or you can even dress these up. So this is a really great option from Chicos as well. And finally, let's talk about distressing. So this is a very broad category and it's something that you can incorporate in a lot of different ways. So let's take a look at ASOS here. So I pulled up this distressed t-shirt. Number one, it has an acid wash, which gives you that kind of rocker look, and then it has this sort of ripped distressing on the side as well. This is also something that you could easily do secondhand, just buy an old t-shirt and rip it up. Fun little project to do. Rip your clothes, y'all. Because we're edgy and rebellious. So I also pulled up these distressed denim shorts that have a raw hem. This is something that you could easily do with a pair of jeans as well. And I think what's great about the rock style is it's something that's really easy for you to do secondhand. You could really easily take a pair of jeans and cut the legs off. You could find something from the thrift store and add your own distressing. So really great ways that you can do this secondhand and pretty cheap as well. Moving over to Express. I found these high-waisted acid wash mom jeans. And so doing something that is an acid wash is gonna give the look of distressing without there actually being physical holes in your clothes. So for Torrid, I found this distressed mini skirt. Basically any kind of distressed denim, whether it's jeans, a skirt, shorts, a jacket, anything like that is gonna give you that rock vibe. So something that's really easy to look for and incorporate into your wardrobe. And then they also had this really cool cold shoulder sweatshirt, which again, it has that ripped look with the off the shoulder, the raw hems, and that sort of look there. So now at Chicos, you're not gonna find a whole lot of rips and distressing, but what you can do really easily is do something like a gray jean. So this has a slightly similar look to the acid wash jean, but it's very, very subtle. But doing something like a gray wash, or even if you just do a blue jean, but it has more of a wash to it, it's going to give a little bit of a look of distressing without there being a bunch of rips and holes. So doing something like a gray jean is going to be a really good option. So those were the 5 things that I think that you should look for if you want to incorporate the rock style into your wardrobe. Again, there are so many different subcategories to this rock style. So if you really like this style, you can absolutely do some more research to figure out if you like more of a grunge or more glam or more punk, whatever it is. You can definitely take these tips and just delve a little bit further into this style. But I think especially if you're just someone who's looking to add just a few edgier pieces into your wardrobe, this is a great place to start. I do not have a edgy style by any means, so if you're someone who loves the rock style and you have something to add, definitely leave that in the comments down below. So take a look at your own wardrobe, see if you have any of these elements already in your wardrobe, and if this is a style that you want to experiment with, or maybe you just want to add a few more edgier pieces into your wardrobe, just take a look at these elements and pick and choose the ones that you love. Maybe a leather moto jacket isn't really your style, but you want to incorporate some animal prints. You can really make your style your own, so incorporate the elements that you do really like and play around and experiment, and you might find some new things that you love. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, make sure to give it a like, and don't forget to comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.